6 or 7 and play better.
Yes.
But he's kicked 12 goals tonight, and effectively he's just been the man on the night. 12 of 17 and 10 of 11 to three-quarter time when the game was won.
There were 4 Footscray players there, and it's lobbed right in the middle of the Dunstall.
Yeah.
We all wish we could have had those days more often, don't we?
Well, of course, the main thing for Hawthorn is this will put them in the 8th position. Richmond's got to play Sydney tomorrow to win. Hawthorn with that half a game advantage from that drawn game against Footscray early in the year at the Western Oval. So a big night for Hawthorn. So Footscray trying to come forward. Rowan Smith thought he had it. Grant can set it up to Ramiro, and he kicks a goal. He's kicked 2 goals.
Crazy thing about the game as we played out with about 10 or 15 minutes to go is that because Hawthorn have had the draw, percentage doesn't count for them. In the teams they're competing with for 8th spot, they've got that 2.4 against from the draw. So really it's academic.
Thanks
as long as they win the game, it doesn't matter, does it?
Thanks for that, Lee. I was just looking at their percentage. And I was just thought, oh, oops, a draw. Thanks. Oh, we're back in the centre. And 11-goal margin again. Just under 10 minutes to go. Griggick now in ruck. Salmon, as he so often has done. Till you get confident, Taylor runs to the footy. Footscray should be first there. And Dunstall just take Quill out. Then Quill taps it to the boundary line. And the throw-in will take place. Left half forward flank. Hawthorn in attack.
I was sorry to interrupt you, at the centre bounce, it seems like Salmon and Taylor's been the main combination in there. That
when there's been a freebie.
Yeah, that Salmon's directed the ball to Taylor. It's happened on a lot of occasions tonight in those centre bounces.
Is this Condon going for the ruck work with Quill? Yes, it is. Wants to come from behind. Keller just gets it and slaps it onto the boot. You heard the whack. Didn't quite hit it in the middle on the outside of the foot and out of bounds. Terry Wallace's introduction to the coaching ranks has been tough, but I reckon he would have known that prior to taking the role. Boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Once again, all the big fellas are going home. This is Hargraves and Kellett going for the ruck. Johnson out the back. Wirra had some kicks early, then sort of dropped out. Doesn't quite find Cameron. Really trying to work his way back into form after missing so much footy. Langford just got a fingernail on it to stop Hargraves. That was terrific stuff from the veteran. Out to Darcy, just throws it onto his boot, goes forward. Players come to meet it wide, taps it beautifully back to the opposition player, Andrew Collins, and the Hawks are away.
Graham can set it up out wide to McCabe. Loose players everywhere for Hawthorn. And Salmon takes this time a slips catch. That's his 10th mark. Only Dunstall is better for mine. Goes back to the centre of the ground. There's a very strong mark for Lekas.
He's done some good stuff, hasn't he? He's second game.
So a youngster coming through the ranks for Hawthorn. So plenty of loose players to Taylor. That's his 26th possession. Kapler, he's got Dunstall. Well,
now I know what we're playing out the last 10 minutes for. I just realised it to see how many goals that Dunstall can kick.
Absolutely correct, Lee. We've got just under 8 minutes to go.
Is this called the Baker's dozen if he gets this?
Yes, 13. So what a game. 17 kicks, 12 goals. He's also hit the post. Dunstall. Magnificent kick again. Splits the centre. 13 big ones. I'm a bit like you, Malcolm. I've run out of room. I'm starting to go backwards now on the record.
Well, as I said, once you hit 10 on my little scoring system, I'm out of business.
And just this long driving kick by Kapler is fantastic to kick the ball a long way, fairly low and flat, which means the ball doesn't hang in the air for a long time. And Dunstall again was just able to judge it, had to sit on the Footscray players.
Well, 13 goals puts him at 84 for the season, Jason Dunstall. So it's only 16 away, 3 to go, and perhaps the Hawks might play in the finals. If this man has any saying, and he will, he's been brilliant. Fantastic kick. Goes to Crawford. And really the veterans holding this Hawk side together. Some of the kids now chipping in. Players come at it. That is a wonderful mark from McCabe. And that is a perfect example of some of the kids goes long. Guess who too? Oh, knocked up it.
Look at Freddie on the full-back. He's not...
Well, Fred Fanning's record might get a bit of a squeeze if he pops this one through.
The goals might get a squeeze if he keeps going tonight.
He'll only have to kick another 4 after this.
I haven't seen so many players disguise that long kick into a short kick for a long time on the same night. It's been remarkable. Dunstall has kicked his 14th goal. Unbelievable.
I think it's fair to say Lee is in a groove at the moment. I think he's kicked 12 straight.
Well, we're seeing history tonight. Now, you're a bit of a statistician, KB. How many players have kicked more than 14 in one game? There's only a handful, isn't it?
Yes, Tony Lockett, Gary Ablett, Gordon Coventry, Peter Hudson, Peter McKenna.
Oh, well, there's more than a handful, but still it's
they're all great
fine country, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty elite stuff, isn't it?
All great players.
Just that disguise, it's been impressive. It started early and they've continued with it. And having the Hawks continued on. Wine taps it over the back to Liberatore. Cameron's caught and slung as he's kicked it. Goes out wide to Smith. Now playing up forward, wants to get away, does. Uses his pace, goes for a bounce through the centre square. Now kicks 20 metres out from goal. Hargraves can't get hold of it. Hasn't got hold of many all night. Oh, here he is, Chris Langford. Gee, I know he's going to get the 3 votes, but between Salmon and Langford, they'll probably split the 2 and 1. And the average age of them is 32 nearly. Here we go, out to the centre wing. Kapler, another 30-year-old in the Hawks side, goes off the ground. The ball won't sit. Really, the Bulldogs are shattered. Curley gets it and tidies up at the back.
Goes very short. Caught. Was Credial. Curley tries to crash his way through. Advantage was paid down the field to Johnson. Kellett will mark. He's got a loose player in Ramiro over the top on 50. He's going to run into Lawrence, then puts the brakes on.
I'll tell you who is a spoil sport, Terry Wallace. Todd Curley has dropped back to play loose man in defence in front of Jason Dunstall.
Well, obviously he doesn't want the record number of goals kicked against him. He also might be thinking the ball's coming down there that often. There's no other way we can stop him. Ramiro from outside 50. He's going to drop short. Salmon, just fantastic. That's 11 marks to Salmon. To Harford. He's a fine young player. This one just wobbles off the boot.
Well, having coached against Dunstall, I must admit I got on the end of a few of these episodes too, but it really has been a remarkable performance. And when he's on fire and kicking straight and Hawthorn are playing well, it just shows you why he's got as many goals as he has.
Well, his kicking tonight has been just sensational. Smith, long shot for Footscray, and he's kicked a goal.
All the Footscray supporters might have gone home. There wasn't much reaction from that, was there? I think it was a bit of a downer that it wasn't Dunstall kicking another one. But,
well, in fact, Hawthorn supporters are actually waving flags behind the goals, Lee, so they're trying to give Footscray a bit of encouragement because there's no Footscray flags behind the goal.
And again, Rowan Smith, it was good, accurate conversion.
Chick comes onto the ground, Kapler goes off. So that might cost Dunstall a goal or two with Kapler going off. 19-11, 125. Hawthorn are in the 8.
There's Condon out to Hudson. Whoops. Harford has to come back for it. Just had to look for the handball. Off to Hargraves. Surely he wants to go to Jason, but no. Sport Crawford's there. I don't mean that. That was great play, wasn't it, out of the centre. Not a lot of pressure running at them. And when the avalanche comes, I suppose it's a matter of when you try and get the players to come at them. And unfortunately, they couldn't muster enough. So Crawford with a goal in this last quarter will line up for the Hawks' 20th. And he's kicked it. And they've kicked 9 in this last quarter. Second goal for Crawford.